Warning: this review may contain spoilers, strong language, violence, and content of a graphic nature. It may not be suitable for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, and welcome to another Trick or Treat Horror Fest. Today we're going to be talking about As Above, So Below. We could be summed up by saying that it is the Blair Witch Project under Paris. No joke. There's a little bit more to the film in terms of storyline than Blair Witch, but just barely. And it's basically a found footage film. Um, and it's a whole lot of footage like this, and then you see some legs and some face. Oh, sorry, more like half a face. And you see some creepy over the shoulder, and congratulations, 2 hours later, that's your movie. There was a couple of cool things about it. For starters, when I went online and looked, I found out that they actually filmed the whole movie in the catacombs underneath Paris, and they actually got permission from the French government to do that. So that makes them one of the first productions to actually film in the catacombs, which I thought was kind of cool because, you got to actually see what it was like down there. It was super realistic, and there was a bunch of bones and stuff around, and apparently that was all legit, that was real human bones that were in the catacombs. I really hate found footage films. I think they're bullshit. um, I feel like found footage films is for filmmakers or screenwriters who don't actually know how to write a movie, and they're like, oh, I just kind of want to show some fucked up shit. Let's just do a found footage film, and then we don't actually have to explain anything. There was a couple of cool things that they did utilize in terms of, I guess, because the catacombs, I don't actually know how big they were, but they basically had this whole thing where as they moved throughout the movie, they'd come across the same room, but the whole entire, everything in the room would be opposite from the room they were in before, which sort of fed into the whole as above, so below thing, and the idea is that, as they're crawling through, they're actually descending into hell. Which I honestly felt could have been better captured. It was kind of vague, and there was a lot of stuff that didn't really make sense. They went in search of the Philosopher's Stone, which they apparently found, and they used it to heal this girl's arm. And it's like, okay, great, you healed this girl's arm, and it's amazing. Why didn't you heal the dude's hands? The dude's hands are all cut up, but you just let him. Why? Because he's black. He's the only black dude with you guys, so he just has cut up hands, and that's okay. Nobody seems to care. Also, there was this weird thing where later in the movie, one of the people, one other person in their party dies, and they're all like, use the stone, save her. And she's like, it's not working. It doesn't, bring people back to life or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, but all right. And then later on, it's her friend that gets his throat slashed or whatever by some monster that popped out, and she all of a sudden has a realization, oh my god, this isn't the real stone. It was like a psych out or a trick, and I have to go back to get the real one. And I don't know, the logic they gave honestly didn't really seem to make a lot of sense to me. Also, with the type of wound and the gushing that came out, he would have been long dead by the time she managed to get back, do the thing that she did, grab the stone, head back, fight through all the monsters and shit that she had to go back through the first time to get the stone. Also, she sees her own personal demon because her father committed suicide, so she sees her father commit suicide. She stops to have a moment with her suicide ghost, and it's like, dude, your friend is so dead. And yet she gets back and he's still alive somehow magically. I don't know how. And then, you know, she manages to heal him. Haha. Okay, well, what about all those other people that died? It just seemed convenient and kind of stupid. The ending of the movie was total bullshit. They are running through, chasing after these monsters, and, you know, being chased by these monsters, and then they go down, and they keep going farther and farther and farther into the earth, right? And they keep on going down through tunnels and so on and so forth. And yet, they come across this grate in the ground, and they try to pull it up, but that doesn't work. So they push it and they push it and they push it and they push it out, and then they just pop out. Like they climb through the thing, and all of a sudden they're on the street in Paris. So it's like, okay, so the entrance to hell is under a sewer grate in Paris? Whoa. That's weird. And kind of cop out. Like, once again, it's a cop out. Like, what the fuck am I watching here? Like, it was such a waste. Don't waste your money on this movie. Seriously, it's not worth it. So thank you very much for joining me of my review for As Above, So Below, and I will see you all tomorrow for another great review.